Hey girls and guys, this is a follow-up to my teaser video. It's showing my BeCool radiator installation on a 1995 LT1 base Corvette. And the teaser video just showed the radiator sitting in the in its mounts, and I just wanted to give some information on the mounts and the hookups and what you have to do to make a larger radiator fit in. So if you look down there, you can see the poly mount, and it's missing the condenser because I actually I'm gonna ditch the condenser. It was just too damaged from rocks and debris in the fins, and it wasn't even worth dealing with anymore. Just easier to get a new one, especially with a brand new radiator. And I also wanted to let you know about the mounts. I have some stock ones here, and then I have a poly upper mount, and I can show you the difference, that you would have to do. So if you were doing an OEM radiator, I would definitely get the poly mounts and just throw in the radiator and be done. And you'd also want to clean or check your condenser if it needs replacement. But that would be very simple. But once you get into radiators like this and you're modifying things, it takes a trial and error work, patience, figuring things out on your own, reading forums, trying to find videos, which there aren't that many good videos, to be honest with you. There's a couple of them. That's about it. So this this bottom mount here, which is ready for the garbage, with the larger radiator, I had to cut this whole chunk off, and just square it off. And that would give you the the width here. That's what you're trying to match up. And down below you can see the area where the condenser will sit in. That you just leave alone. And here's a stock top mount, which is also ready for the garbage. I mean, you could use this if you absolutely had to. These parts here get a little weak from weather, and that's where your condenser sits. It's not a whole lot of area there, so you might want to look into the poly mounts. And if you were going OE, you would just pop these poly mounts right in and be done with it. And then here's the poly mount that I had to modify. So I'll get this out of the way and sorry about that. Show you the difference here. So this stock poly, or this poly mount, actually had material built up here about a ½ inch over. I had to cut all this off and then cut the bottom, or this would be the top of the mount, totally flush, And on the stock mount, you can see it has like a 1/4 inch step on it. Well, that step hugs the plastic tank on the, with the OE setup. So you have to do away with this step, which can be quite a pain to cut off accurately. And you have to do this. You have to do the same thing on the bottom mount. You have to cut that flush so the flat part of the radiator here can sit as far down as possible, because some of these you can just barely close the hood. So the radiator came with these transmission fittings, and these are the stock. These are the stock lines. They screwed in pretty good. You gotta just make sure you don't cross thread, which is really easy if you're at an angle. And you also want to put on a Teflon rated or Teflon pipe dope that's non-hardening for the threads. It'll seal it up so you won't have any leaks. So the bottom hose, I used my stock spring clamp. I couldn't get the hose on all the way. I don't even know if you would want to. That's like an easy another half inch. So it's got like that much onto the tube. So and then this fitting here I had to buy at Home Depot. It was a 1/4 inch NPT to a 3/8 barb, and same thing. I just applied the pipe thread dope. You don't want to slather that stuff on. You want to just get on the threads and wipe off all the excess. And then when I did the video the other day, I didn't have the fan bracket on, so I'll show you this the best I can. Where you had to trim, I had to trim the sides here all the way down, like probably a good close to a ½ inch. This center piece here, around this duct here, and then there's a wider one at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. Well, yeah, you can barely see it. And then there's a divider piece that connects the two ducts here, and you have to cut that down. So you want to cut as little as possible. Don't just take off a big chunk all at once. You want to do like a 1/4 inch at a time and then fit it up. It's a lot of trial and error. Takes a lot of patience. Don't just hack it up. So the fan motors are in. They're all connected. I already ran the car. I topped off the coolant. Took with this radiator, took like an extra ½ gallon, so about 4 gallons total. I had to top off my transmission fluid because you have a nice big trans cooler here. No more plastic tanks, like on the stock radiator. So I'm glad to be getting rid of those. It's a lot of work, but I think I definitely know it's going to be worth it. So the next stage of this is going to be fitting on the upper shroud and seeing how this is the upper mount, how the upper mount's going to fit in there and fit something like that. I might have to carve some of this like at an angle, because this is coming up against the fins, and you don't want anything rubbing on the fins. Those fins are like gold. So this piece here and the bottom one that's more rectangular, same thing. You do not want it rubbing at all. You want a nice, a good 1/4 inch gap. If you it's not going to mess up the airflow or none of that. So anyways, hopefully you guys will give me some thumbs up, some likes, some subscriptions, and questions. I'll be happy to answer them, and see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.